still deal with neonates. Sometimes mothers give birth and they don't know if their child is COVID-19 positive or not, you know. So I'm in all aspects. Thank God that I haven't been infected myself, but I take the necessary precautions. You know, I wear a mask when I'm out. You know, I'm a real big hand fanatic. I believe cleanliness is next to godliness. You know, so I'm always washing my hands. You can ask anybody who know me, like, you ain't got no soap and no paper towels, man. I can't come to your house. Like, that lets me know you dirty. You know, if you ain't got nothing to wash your hands with nor dry, something ain't right.
Something's not right.
Yeah. So, you know, do that. And DJ on the side as well. DJ Cool Breeze. Go holler at me. I'm on IG at DJKBZ. I'm also on Facebook. DJ Cool Breeze on Facebook.
And you're at Uptown 78, right?
I'm at Uptown 78, man. I've been there for like the last, 9 years. Shout out Lamar. Shout out all my Uptown crew. What up, Bertha? What up, Kim? What up, Myra? What up, Lamar? Shout out to all my DJs too, man. What up, Direct? What up, Reminisce? Shit. What up to my homie, big homie City? What my big homie, Go DJ Alley Cat? You know what I'm saying? It's always 100.
Alley Cat, I know that name.
Yeah, man. That's the big homie, man. Shout out to Addicted Crew DJ. That's my crew, man. I'm in a DJ crew, homie. Like,
so, let's talk about that. Like, all right. So, a DJ crew, how does that work?
What do you like? Shit, I'm trying to see how it work, man. Like, real talk. Shout out to ACD. What up, DJ J Millie? What up, T-Rex? What up, Pip Dub? Shout out to all my. What up, DJ Twister? To the whole ACD crew, man. How does it work, man? It's just a network of DJs, and they look out for each other, man. I think the rhetoric that this DJ crew holds is what we should use as a people. Look out for one another. Don't undercut nobody trying to get yourself higher. And never be too big to take constructive criticism. So, you know, I'm newly to the crew, probably just got in. I got in this year, you know, but I still, big rep, I got a couple homies in it, man, they look out for me. So big rep to ACD. But just what they live by, man, is something that we can probably all live by as people, you know, just take care of each other.
Let's back up. Like,
yeah.
You joined this DJ crew.
Yeah.
And
it's like you're in a gang or something.
You joined, yeah. That's what I'm trying to see. Like the way you described it, the way you got in. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're only being a part of things that are real and you know, fruitful. So what is it about this that made you decide to be part of a crew versus just doing your own thing?
I mean, the good thing about it is I can still do my own thing, but it's still like, you know, you got somebody in your corner if you need something. You know, I'm not the best DJ in the world, but I'm not bad at all, you know. But there's some things that I could get better at. I think it takes a man in anything to say, hey, I'm not the best at this, and I can always get better. Yeah. And that's what I live by, especially in the medical field, what I practice, and in DJing. Like, I'm good, but I can always be better, you know.
Always,
so
no matter what.
Yeah. So I always got, you know, have that lifeline to fall back on. You know, ACD, they've shown so much love, man. If I need something, hey, holler at me. If you need me to cover a date for you, you can't get it, holler at me. Hey, I got a gig. You know, you want a gig? I got something open. You want it? Type shit. You know. So they've always been 100 with me. So it's just having that.
It's like a back and forth, looking out for.
Just looking out. Just homies looking out for you. Ain't nobody trying to be better than the other one. Everyone's, you know, just trying to give back when they can, you know, paying it forward. So,
but that's not all you do. You also coach. I know that as well. My son won championships under your watch.
That, man. Shout out to Scoop. What up, Big Scoop? He upstairs right now. I ain't seen him in a minute, man. Speaking of Scoop, man, he's getting grown, bro. I coached these boys when they were 7, 8 years old, and now they're 11, about to be 12. So, you know, just to see 4.5, 5 years go by, and to see the growth on these youngsters. I just talked to a friend of mine the other day, man, on how I'm so blessed to be a part of these young people's lives, and now they're going to 8th grade. I want to make it to all their games. I want to see a game of each one of my kids. Like I got 11 strong that I had, you know, that when we were at our peak, you know, that I still want to be a part of their lives. I still want to say, hey, man, I see the growth. You know, yeah, absolutely, man. I want to root. I'm their fans, you know. to see their growth as youngsters, to see their growth as teammates, to see their growth as young men, because they are the future, man. So I want to make sure that I fully invest in the future that's coming up. I want to make sure that something that I have from my 1980s flow can go to your 2008, 2009 flow. And you go, all right, Coach told me this back in the day, and I can use this in real day life. That's the cool part. I used to coach football before I did basketball. Back in 2008. I did shout out to Live Oak Jaguars. I was with Typhon for a while, and I happened to run into one of my kids from back then when I coached football, and he's like 17 years old, just got a scholarship to Kansas State. Like he's getting ready to go play, and he saw me at Lowe's, and he was like, "Coach," and I was like, "Who the hell?" And this big ass dude walks up to me, big burly, fully stocked 18-year-old. I'm like, I don't know you, bro. Like, you used to coach me back in Live Oak Jaguars, So that's the feeling that gives to you, man. Like, for them to even recognize you, and then for you to see them 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, and they like grown men to just say, like, I had a part in, that young man. Look at what we did as a community. Look at what we did because it takes a village, man. Even though I think we've gotten away from that saying, and away from that way of life, it takes a village. So when you put your kids in any kind of sport, you want to make sure that coach that you're putting around your child is somebody who's going to be not only fruitful for them in that sport, but in life. Because a lot of the stuff that we teach these kids in sports rolls right over into life. So if you got this coach that's telling you go knock their fucking head off, or don't stop till you see blood, like, is that what you want your child to be around, or do you want your child to be around somebody that says, let's play fair, have good teamship, good sportsmanship? Make sure you shake everybody's hand out, look them in the eye when you talk to them, be respectful. All that stuff transcends over the life. So I make sure when I'm putting my love into these youth and youth sports and giving back to the community, I make sure that I put something in positive, because I want what comes in the end for them to be positive.
I like that, man. You said something powerful too, man. You said, I'm fans of theirs.
Oh, hell yeah.
When you said that just took on a different connotation, because it's as if you're grooming future, stars that you are a fan of. And for a child to see you later on down there, a grown man, for him, you said something. You said he recognized you. I'm pretty sure they are. You're a coach. You're gonna be recognized. But to be recognized and then approach, he could have kept moving, but he needed to say, "Hey, I want him to see what I am now because of what you started back when." That to me is what that was about. Like, look, coach, and I'm still calling you coach. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I see you. And now see me now. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew from whatever that was.
Yeah.
And here I am. And then again, to get that approval, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Man, I mean, the word coach, and that's why, man, like, I think coaching can take on the personality of the person that's coaching. And I don't say that with any disrespect to any coach out there, because I think it takes a lot for you to want to coach youth and give your time, and most of the time it's not being, you're not getting any money for it. Like, you're not being paid for this time you're giving away from your family. So shout out to all the coaches out there, but it's just a different style of coaching that I believe that hits different. Like, I don't think yelling is coaching. I don't think you always talking down to your player is coaching. I think coaching is teaching. I think coaching is taking.
You don't think coaching is a little bit of
don't get me wrong.
Yelling a little bit.
Don't get me wrong. Kids are hard-headed. Even though they want to have fun, they want to do their own damn thing, basketball included. When I first started, all my kids we were a brand new team. We started back in when I was about 17, 16, maybe 16, 2016. Spring of 2016, and I started in the YMCA League, or should I say NYA League. Started with them, SOA, shit like that, just to get started. But they all came out wanting to be individuals. They all came out wanting to shoot the ball, and they're kids, so I get that. And first thing, you gotta understand they're kids before you go any further. Like, these are children. You can't talk to them like they're grown. They don't understand break it down for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
And everybody's eyes just got big when they saw that rim. Everybody wants to shoot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, but you got to teach structure with that. Like we can all eat. And that go, and all this, like, everything I say transcends to real life. We can all eat. We just need to work together, and we can all eat big versus one person eating big and somebody over here scratching trying to have something. The way teamwork works is the same way us living in society works. Like, we can all eat. Let's look out for each other.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? That's enough to go around. There's no reason for you to try to haul. Stop taking all the damn tissue. That damn toilet. We can all wipe our ass, man. Like, for real. Like, that's unnecessary. Like, that's being greedy unnecessarily, man. Let us all have the pleasure of some Charmin every now and then.
Yeah.
Man. Like that damn Family Dollar tissue. That shit rough. Let me get back on subject. My bad, dog.
No, that's real though, man. But you know, it's so like out the blue, you hit me up, man, and it's law of attraction too, because like I'm already you hit me up like, hey man, what you talking about on that podcast? Because I got something to talk about that's like real, and I'm just like, well, you must not be listening because all my podcast is about is real, and it's started, you know, based off of educating our black people, because I just have a firm belief that black people don't know that they don't know. And so I don't know. The more I find out, the more I know, the more I find out I don't know a lot. But the conversations that I've held with my clients that have sat in my chair over the years, and the people that have helped me evolve, and like these conversations that have like taken me to places that I never thought I could take, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what the podcast, you know, came about, is through, damn, like these dope people that I experienced life with have helped me to grow and evolve through these conversations of truth and things of that nature. So I felt like this needs to be heard, you know what I mean? So we're gonna take the barbershop talk, you know, and put it out there to the masses and speak truth to power. You know what I'm saying? So when you told me the subject matter was why they hate us. And I said, I think before you even told me all that, I was already like, when you want to do it? like, I was like, when? Like, say when.
Shit, like real talk,
you know,
you hit me back with like, I want to say within minutes, even if that. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared because
I felt that
I wasn't prepared.
I was like, when? Like, don't talk about it, bro. Like I'm
real talk.
I will pull up.
And that's what you hit me with. Like, I just wasn't prepared for that quick response, and that shit was quick. So I was like, oh shit, like he's real. It's gonna happen. Like, so it took me a minute. I'm like, oh shit. So let me go ahead and put my thoughts in words. And I'm not a good texter. I feel like I'm too articulate for texting sometimes, because I want to say big shit, but I want to make sure folks is on the same page with me. Because I say crazy shit, not to say that nobody can understand me, but my shit be off the wall sometimes, you know, and I can text in segments and sections, and
the detail did it. The detail did it, you know, citizens or you know, our patrons, that's what they are accustomed to.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to hear if it's not real, authentic, and different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That. So it's Melinated Mondays, and Melinated Mondays is when I like to highlight people, you know, our people of color. And today I'm bringing you all Chris, you know what I'm saying?
I'm black as hell.
He is a black man in the community doing a lot of great things, not just, you know, having a good career that he worked for and made a way for, but also just on some old small world shit. Like, he just so happens to be married to Ty, who is like one of my high school buddies, you know what I'm saying? She's like big homie, the quiet one, you know what I mean? And she is just as authentic today as she was yesterday. And so, you know, with that being said, you definitely have a real one. Ain't no stories about Ty.
No, shout out to my baby.
They don't exist.
She been holding me down, man, shit, since before I knew my potential, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my wife, Toronto.
Yeah, she is a real one, man.
Man, you better.
And her brother, who comes
Hey, the whole Hawkins family, like, I don't want to deviate too much, man.
I know.
This whole Hawkins family, shout out to my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, Iris and Ronnie, my brother-in-law, Ron Hawk on the track, my sister-in-law, Shonda, what up, Dula? My whole Hawkins family, man, like, they from the very beginning, they didn't know me from Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Jamal, and they opened their house, they opened their hearts, and they just loved me, man. So like that's my family, you know. So if anybody talks shit about anybody, like let me know, you know, because that's my family, man. So shout out to the Hawkins family. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to just love, black love, period. You know, no. Black, brown, who cares what color it is, man? Just
we
love.
don't care, but we care when you make it a matter.
Hey.
And that's what we're actually here to talk about today, because it ain't about color until you make it about color. And y'all made it about color when y'all created this concept called America. And when people were coming to this joint, whether they were brought here, stolen, and taken here, or visiting here, looking for new, you had to choose. If you was white or white colored, you had to choose. What are you gonna be? Are you white or black? You know what I'm saying? Because I said to say this, white is a concept. It's a mindset. You know what I'm saying? So like you had people coming here that was like, no, I'm this, I'm that. He's like, nah, bro, listen, over here in America, if you, we got two classifications, bro. White or other. You want to be at the front of the line or the back of the line. And I commend all the different people from different places that said, no, fuck that. I'm what I said I was. And I'm going to get back here if that's where I got to go. But I also understand somebody coming from another place saying, okay, that's going to ensure my kids got a better future. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. Whatever. I mean, but anyway.
It's
a Melinated Monday, bro.
It's Melinated Monday. And it's a sad state, man, that we're in right now. And me as a father, I try to make sure I instill in my children, like I said, love is love is love. Like there ain't no color to it, you know. Shit, if you stripped our skin off of us, which is 10% of our body, mind you, if you strip our skin off of us, you know, you're gonna get everybody with 2 eyes, a nose, mouth. They may miss a couple teeth, but for the most part, everybody got their teeth. You know, everybody the same, a heart, 2 lungs. You know, that's the only fucking difference between us, man. We are a people. There's only one race, and that's the human race. You know,
Facts.
Once we come to that as a people, then we can graduate. I mean,
but that is no
we're a long way.
we're
a long way away though, and that's the bad part about it. So.
That's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, it's a sad state we're in. You know, I did hit you up, man. You know, just so I can get back on, because I'm an easy deviator, so you got to put me back in line.
I got you, baby.
We can't work together 12 years. We both deviate. We'll never talk about shit. we'll be everywhere. But yeah, I hit you up, man, because it was about why do they hate us? It's a question. You know, it's not a statement. You know, it's more like I want to know why. Because I feel like all we want is just equality. Like we don't want no extra, we don't want revenge. We just want to just be treated the same. So why they hate us? And I have I'm a little apprehensive because I feel like this subject is gonna hit somebody the wrong way, and I don't mean nothing by it. I just have it out in that mind.
Listen, on the Detail Did It podcast, first of all, I've been preaching for a minute now that like we got to get out of our feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because as black folks, we be in our feelings, and we make moves based off how we feel, and we know feelings change moment by moment. You might feel like that right now, but later on, you change. So we need to move on things that are real, whether they hurt or not. And today is the time. Like I was telling you earlier, the line has been drawn, bro. And so, like, there's no more talk. And if there is talk, it's straight talk. It's no beating around the fucking bush. We've been beating around this bush for goddamn 400 years. 401 years as of 2020. Because it was 1619 when the first slave touched ground in this joint. And so here it is 4 years later, we still watching our brothers getting lynched in the street with your hands in your pockets, casually killing a brother.
Casually.
Like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing.
Okay, and that's just the latest. It's not even the latest, actually. It's just the one that became our Emmett Till moment. You know what I'm saying? It's the face of the situation.
Yeah.
But, you know, I say that to say this, like, how do you feel about this? Like, you said, why do they hate us? Why do you think that they hate us? I have my thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, man. I mean, the way I think is simply my opinion, you know, and I feel like it's deeper rooted than anything anybody wants to address. I think it's more about insecurity. I mean, because we can be real. Back when slavery was what it was all run by white men. Like the white woman, she wasn't any part of it. She was in the house doing her thing. So she didn't really she wasn't really the one that brought out all that.
They didn't give a damn about that white woman either.
You know, I mean, that's another subject for the podcast, you know. So we real good
It is.
But this is a deep-rooted hate that started, and I think came from the white man. You know, the white man has an insecurity with the black man. You know, they brought us all over here from Africa, 1619, we got here, touchdown, right, like, you know. And the first thing they did was stripped us all, you know, no clothes, no nothing. And so the very first insecurity came once we were naked, you know. And we ain't got to go no further than that, but if we do, for everybody who's in the back, you know, dick size, like, damn. These big motherfuckers come from. That's the very first thing, you know, because they take us off. They gotta see what we look like.
And they want to see it anyway, perverted motherfucker.
Then that's another podcast. But it's an insecurity, you know, it's an insecurity. And that was the very first thing, I mean, and then you look at us as a culture, man, and shit that still looms on today, how we are as far as our intelligence, you know, and how our blackness is a strength, and how our culture has been pretty much taken from us, or trying to take our culture but we continue to revamp our culture. It's hard for them to keep up, but what I say, like the full lips and the tans, and you know, want the big booties and everything that the black woman and the black man is, they want a piece of it. That's insecurity with them. And then if we keep going,
they say they like our rhythm, but they hate our blues.
Continue. The rhythm of us, like, you know, I mean, listen, and I don't want to be, I love all people. I love my white people. I love my black, brown, everybody between. But if you put us side by side on a dance floor,
I don't know, dog. They got some white.
Let's talk about the 89%.
No, I was just playing. But that's because they've been practicing. You know what I'm saying?
It does, and it comes fluid to us.
Yeah, now
we come out the womb jigging, you know what I'm saying? So and that's deeply rooted. Like, that's not nothing from 2019. That's not nothing from 2019, 80, 19. Like, all that's deeply rooted type shit that's been around since we've been around on this continent. You know, that's not something that's just new, but all that hate has now transcended into other things. You know, so it started when I was talking about you stripped us down. You know, that's why they don't want us to fuck with their women. But we don't. That's another topic. You know, so
sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, that's their precious gold right there, man. That's their precious gold, man.
I got some stories for you, but I have to take you offline. My college years was crazy. But yeah, man, it's the insecurity more than anything, and that's where all the hate transcends. You know, so no matter how much you want to try to fix this, you gotta fix this in the mind of the white man. Like, dude, we're the same. We don't want to take nothing from you. We don't want to take what you have. We don't want you to build shit for us. We just want to be allowed to build our own, make our own. You know, so that hate just transcends from when it was back in the day to now. Like today, I was just watching, man, and I'm new to IG. When you go check me out at DJ KBZ on IG, I'm gonna keep throwing my plug in there.
You got to,
when you go check me out on IG, you'll see I probably got like 75 followers. I'm real new to this game. I'm old as hell. I'll be 40
it's
in November.
Okay, you real though.
I'll be 40 in November, you know, so I just ain't really been.
Oh yeah, you young bucks.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate that. Hey, we ain't getting paid, so don't show no logos.
Nah, I sure shit. Come on,
they
down.
They make fuck around fuck with you, bro. But yeah, man, I'm an old head, so I just got on IG. But I was on IG this morning.
You a young old head.
Okay, appreciate that. I'm born 1980, you know, so I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate. I got an old soul.
I same years as hip hop. So I'm 78.
Let's see, you got
that's right.
I just got on IG, you know, so I'm new
Just
to
got
it.
on IG.
I'm new to it, so I got like 75 followers. But I was on this
Wait, you got on
morning.
that yesterday?
Shut up, nigga. Can't fuck with you. I was on there this nigga. Yo, yesterday, I was on there this morning and I peeped one of the stories that hit my feed. And I follow D.L. Hughley, you know, shout out to D.L. Hughley, man.
Yeah.
If that brother is not a vessel of truth in what we need in this country, then you ain't paying attention because he keeps it all the way 100. I heard that
Sometimes to 100.
I heard his book Surrender White. Now I think
You got a new one.
I heard the book Surrender White People is pretty good. I want to check it out.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah. I heard it's real dope, so I might have to pull it off you.
I heard this one is really good too because I think he started writing it a couple years ago, and the way that the book ends up playing out, it's so applicable to today. And it's like it's weird that it came out when it came out and then Corona hit. But they said it's so applicable to today. So I was supposed to because I'm an audiobook guy. I got like probably 500 books in audio.
I don't find stuff like that when shit just plays out like how it needs to. Like this year, how this year has played out, and it's a shitty year. 2020 has been shit.
I don't know.
No, hold on. Because
you're right. They've definitely been shitty, but continue. I'm sorry.
January, was it 26th? Was it January 26th? January 26th, I woke up, and I could be wrong, it could be 24th, don't quote me, but I know it was late January. I woke up to Kobe Bryant dies in a horrific helicopter crash. And you see shit on Facebook like, that ain't true. Let me go look somewhere. So you scrolling. Let me see what this person said. Because you got them gospels on social media. You always depend on them. These scrolls for me. Let me check you out. Oh shit.
They said it.
And then you be like, no, let me go check out CNN. So hey, Google.
You don't want to believe
search top story. Hey, let me tell you, I did not want to believe that. Like I boo-hooed like a baby when they told me, when I saw everywhere on social media that Kobe Bryant had died. And I was like, damn, like for real? Like the picture of hell, this man just retired, had his whole life, just had a new baby. I was like, this the kind of year this is gonna be. This is January, early January, bro. And I told my wife, I said, this is gonna be a fucked up year. I said, Kobe Bryant just died. This is gonna be a fucked up year. And that right there, and we can go get her. She's upstairs working right now. Shout out to HEB. Because they keep my wife employed. She's moving on up in the system, man. My wife is out there doing it. So everybody who shops in the deli and the bakery, when you see my wife, say, hey, Ty, because she helps that keeps going.
Shout out to HEB. Can
yes,
we
man.
HEB sponsorship?
Yeah, man. Hey, bring the HEB sponsorship. I will. HEB, hit me up. I'll DJ your grand openings. Anything you need, I do it. I'll teach CPR. I'm a PALS instructor, so I can teach pediatric advanced life saving. I can do all that. HEB. Hit me up at DJ KBZ on IG, DJ Cool Breeze on Facebook. But real talk, man. I told her this is gonna be a fucked up year when that happened. Beginning of the year, and then after that, follow suit. Then I had an uncle that passed. Maybe like 3 weeks later.
Shout out to Caleb.
He's all good, homie. Then we had some other shit happen, and I think was it who else died? Was it Richard? I don't know who else died. Little Richard?
Yeah, Little Richard died.
Little Richard died. I think we had was Betty Wright? Betty Wright died too, didn't she?
My homeboy Greg died too.
Yeah, and death is inevitable. You can't get away from it. But just in the way that the shit was happening, I was like, man, this is crazy. And then bam, here come COVID. And I just said from the jump, like, this is gonna be a fucked up year. And so far, it's been a fucked up year. Nice. That's why I keep telling everybody my slogan for the year is 2021 is my year. 2021 is my year. You know what I'm saying?
My shit is if you don't vote Dem, you might be one of them. Man. I actually got a T-shirt coming out saying this shit. If you don't vote Dem, you might be one of them.
I'll rock that T-shirt.
So I'm just saying.
You
don't care about black people's lives, black and brown lives. Period. I don't care if it's about the money. I don't care about your taxes, breaks, and I don't care if it's about none of that shit. If you are not voting Dem to get this guy out of there, who doesn't give a damn about women, black people, minorities, ran this whole election on racism as far as Mexicans and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't said shit about Floyd much at all.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll retweet some white power shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, this guy, I don't care it's not about what side of the spectrum you on. It's about as far as like Democrat, Republican, that shit is irrelevant at this moment.
Yeah.
At this moment, it's about morality. This moment is about life. This moment is about legacy, equality.
Yeah.
And it's by any means necessary at this point because and it's his fault. It's like that. So if shit gets fucked up going left, shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's emboldening people, bro. He's he's putting out things that make motherfuckers feel emboldened to do things. You know what I'm saying? And then when they do it, he co-signs it. He co-signs somebody that runs to their car through a protesting group of people. You know what I'm saying? And then he claims that there was both good people on both sides while they over there doing those Nazi tiki-torchy bullshit. You know, when somebody is protesting white power, he's quick to repost that shit. But what post has he made or retweeted that, you know, that spoke to him giving a damn about any minorities? None. I'm sorry. I went on a...
you go on. I mean, this is detailed. Did it? So you can go on a tangent whenever you want to. But just to cap off what you're saying, man, like, this is the year. Like, it's not about Democratic. It's not about Republican.
It's right or wrong.
It's about right or wrong. What do you want to see in the next 4 years? Because as you said, like, he opened the gateway. And the shit you're saying, that shit I told my wife, like, man, you know, everybody who's married know your wife is comfortable. You talk to her about everything. So she know my deepest, darkest secrets. She know the shit that I ain't shit about. And if I say the wrong thing, she don't judge me for it. I mean, but I told her from the jump, like, dude, he's opening the gateway for folks to just be who they are. Like, you don't have to hide that you're racist. You don't have to hide that you're a bigot.
Please don't.
You can just do it. And the bad part about that is now our children have to grow up into that. So we gotta now raise our young black men to look at life differently. Like, I got a 12-year-old, you got a 12-year-old. You're like, you know.
I got 11 years. He finna be 12.
Well, he's 11 too.
Yeah, I look 15, but
but we both got young black men growing up in this system, and it's not how it was when we grew up. So it's like a whole different way of trying to raise and prepare these young men.
But it ain't because it's worse.
Yeah.
You know, now, and you know, it was crazy because before, like, black people begin to ask whooped by policemen forever. But at least back in the Gap, you just got your ass whooped. You seen what happened to who's the infamous beat down in California? Rodney King. Yeah. They didn't kill him. They damn near killed him. But they used to just beat your ass. Yeah. Now they're such and bold to just kill your ass.
I mean, neither one is a positive. I mean, but
but at least you walked away from it.
Yeah, I understand where you're going though.
You know what I mean? At least you walked away. I mean, it never was right, but goddamn, like, and now, and for me personally, like, I've been trying not to get a pistol forever, like, because it just ain't been on my to-do. It's on my to-do list, but like, I'd rather go get some good ass greenery before. And so anyway, but I'm now at a point based on the circumstances that I went and bought my first piece. And mind you, I also bought it from a black-owned gun store.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say this because, like, the way I look at shit is I want to look at my other brothers that's packing their guns and do this, that, and the third. These are gangsters, right? Like, one of y'all gonna turn y'all guns around on the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ready to shoot up your brothers for some bullshit, for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not man up and turn, if anything, go to be ready to deal with the people that are killing us. Because as far as I'm concerned, if they killing us and we killing us, they getting a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
And that makes no sense.
Oh, bro. I mean, it's shitty.
We gotta protect our women, bro. We gotta protect our women. We gotta and we gotta stand up.
On top of that, we were just having this conversation in the car, bro. When I was like, we need to be ready to mobilize. We need to be ready. All our black women need to have a license to carry. They need to have a gun, just like that woman pulled that gun on that black woman in the parking lot.
Yeah, that shit. Oh my
God. There's like
just
what if that would have went left? Like what if that would have went left? And she's not ready to take care of herself as far as being able to protect herself with someone with a gun. Right. So she's the victim.
I probably would have shot her, bro.
We need to stop being the victim.
I'm not even gonna front.
We need to stop.
If I would have had my thing in my vehicle and somebody came into my car waving a pistol, I'ma shoot.
We're not prepared. Our black women our wives, our women. Forget black. Anybody who's against the opposition, whether it's black, white, brown, yellow, we always and the bad part about they're making it us against them, and it shouldn't be.
And it shouldn't be white against black. It should be right against wrong.
Exactly. But at this point, at this juncture we're at right now, we need to prepare our women to protect themselves. So I am an advocate of teaching my women how to hold a gun, take them to the range, getting your permit. Because if that happens to you,
you need to know your weapon and you need to know how to do what you gotta do.
Cap. You know what I'm saying? Like we're past the talking, and we're past just being the victim now.
Nah, no more victimism, no more. No.
So and it goes back to why don't they understand? You know, and
because they never had to understand.
So as I got deviated from everything. But when I went on IG today, I saw this white woman and this white man with making a great shirts on again. You know, so of course with opposition, and she's taking black paint, and a paintbrush roller, and they just put the Black Lives Matter thing in Washington, D.C. Boulevard in yellow. She's taking paint and she's painting over it. She's painting over the B, painting over the L. She's painting over Black Lives Matter Boulevard in Washington, D.C. And there's spewing out this rhetoric about there's no racism, there's no oppression, the lefts are just saying whatever. And it goes back to me saying they don't understand. And why they don't understand, it goes back to just rationale. You can't tell a pregnant woman how it feels to deliver a baby if you're a man. You can't say, oh, you don't feel a lot of pain. Oh, that ain't all that. Oh, why you acting like it's so much drama? Same thing goes to the black community and the white community. You can't tell a black man that he's not being oppressed. You can't tell a black man that he ain't being singled out or being pulled over because I'm black. You can't tell us that's not happening if you ain't black. It's just, and I can't tell you how quiche tastes. I don't know what flan tastes like. I can't tell you these things. I don't know what it's like to just use salt and pepper. I can't tell you these things because we use seasoning. And I'm getting off the subject, but it's just like putting the twos with the twos and the one with the ones. And you can't tell me how we feel if you have not experienced that thing though.
But we've been culturally conditioned to be told how to feel.
Fuck that. It's not in that box.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm just saying we have been culturally conditioned to think the way we think, eat the way we eat, do the things that we do to perpetuate, white supremacy, such as colorism, things of that nature that we do unto ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And that's a slave thing, that comes from slavery. All this bullshit stems from slavery. Mm-hmm. Literally, all of it. The fact that we can't get along, all that, it's slavery. They bred discourse into us. You know what I'm saying? They bred, light skin, dark skin.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that. Let me see. Get out my head. Get out my head.
Right here. Here you go. Hold on, where we at? I got something for you right here because I think Malcolm X said it best, man.
I remember that light skin, dark skin back in the 80s.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
They bred that into us.
What?
Yeah, man. And if you look at it nowadays, we still the same. That light skin, that old dark hair. Like it's even deeper when it comes to your preference in dating. Like, I need a light skinned girl or a dark skin.
Yeah, but I always have to tell people about this too. That like the light skin, dark skin situation was bred in a time where we had to think like that because the lighter you were, the better opportunity you had of getting a fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was in the culture to like marry lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a chocolate brother or chocolate sister, your mama and daddy is pushing you to marry that mulatto boy.
Or not even them pushing you, or that just looks like a good thing to you. Like, cause
No. We essentially got into that. But initially, it was straight out of, look, do you want to get a job or not?
Yeah.
Literally, like, do you want to work? Because if you don't work, you don't eat. And the only people getting the better opportunities in our culture are the brightest of colors. And so that's where that came from. Then it became like what it is today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The evolution of it all. I feel you on that. So again, man, you can't stress this. You can't stress this enough. The hate that we're getting is deeply rooted. And I told you I had a topic, and the topic was why they hate us, and I have A and B. So I can make it a C if I need to, but I'm gonna just keep with A and B.
I'll end with D.
But my second topic after we get from feeling insecurity, my second reason for why they hate us is they're afraid to do, or for us to do to them what they did to the Native Americans.
Yeah, that will fuck your conscience up.
And everybody who's not familiar with their history,
which most of us are not.
And that's a sad thing. I graduated cum laude.
That's the worst thing.
Know, so I was a nerd. Shit, still am a nerd. So I listened in history and shit because I wanted to know, and I dug deeper. Shit, back in the day we had encyclopedias, so I went on Google. You know, you had to go read this shit.
Yeah, look it up, dear.
Yeah, you know, can I go to your house and use your encyclopedia? Cause
my daddy had hella encyclopedias.
I didn't have none. I had to go to the homeboy's house and go, hey man, I'm gonna come. Hey, and if I did,
Britannica, what was that shit?
It was Britannica.
Something Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, Encyclopedia Britannica.
We showing our age right now.
Straight up.
But if you know your history about the Spanish conquistadors and the French, when they were doing all their voyaging throughout the world in search for spices and riches and so forth, when they came over to South America, they were encountered by the Native Americans, so whether it be Mayans or any other. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know all of those cultures down there, but I know the Mayan civilization was one of the most important ones and one of the most advanced civilizations that we still use. A lot of their knowledge that they gained back then in today's world, but they were very prominent in South America in the Americas period. But when the conquistadors came over and conquered those lands for whatever it may be, whether it be gold or minerals or whatever they're looking for, because they probably just kept a sport back then. Like, you know, we can't speak for them because we were not back there, but we do know that this happened. They pretty much eradicated that culture, that race. They killed all the men and they had sex with all the women. And that made our now Latinos. So now you have the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and so forth. All them, they stream from being Native Americans
the Asians
to
stream from black people.
Yes.
Every place on the continent black people visited way before it. Christopher Columbus was the last person to discover America. Let's be clear about that. Because it needs to be known. Like he didn't discover shit.
They know.
He was literally like the last dude on the list.
No.
You know what I'm saying, to discover America.
They know.
Africans have been visiting each continent for the longest. They were already here. You know, even I saw a documentary on I don't want to say it was either Japan or China, one or two. Anyway, and they were doing a DNA deal on themselves. Like, is there like an original Asian?
Genghis Khan.
Like it comes from that. But they found, and they said themselves that their origin is straight African. It's straight out of Africa. And then if you go back if you do your history, and you know, which is in that movie, I was looking at that you put me back on. They show you in the early Asian cultures. There's depictions of black brothers, like the first samurai that came from an African guy who created moves based on the different animals he saw. You know what I'm saying? You know, and there's paintings and depictions. Of course, throughout time, they start to take out the dark color and just paint that guy white. You know what I mean? They definitely do that. But when you go back and you really do your research, it's all rooted in African descent, bro. Like, Africans visited every continent. We had boats. We had all kinds of stuff way back when we had we discovered mathematics. You know what I'm saying? We created the light. You know what I'm saying? We understood geometry and geography and you can look at it by looking at but if you just study the pyramids, you know, the way they created those can't be duplicated today. How are these things still standing?
Bro, like I tell my kids all the time, and again, this may ruffle some feathers, but I teach my kids all the time that we are the chosen ones. I teach my kids that us as black people are the chosen ones. I give them a rundown. I give them a rundown of how we can endure so much pain, how we can endure so much strife, and still come out on top, how we are the smartest, the most brightest. We're just being held down because of the system, but we are the smartest. We invent. If you go back to the inventors of this country,
bro,
from stoplights
that's just the inventions we knew about.
That's the ones and the ones that were not stolen from us.
Come on now.
So and we're like the fastest man in the world. Athletic. Look at sports. We can take over any sport at any time if we want.
Actually, that's when that sport becomes cool. Let's be real.
Like, if you take us,
what did Tiger Woods do to golf?
If you take us out, I didn't watch golf at all until Tiger Woods. But if you take us out of sports, I guarantee there's nothing else for them to watch. They're not going to pay attention. Take us out of football. Who you got? You got what you got. You got a tight end and a quarterback. You got a running back. You got our receivers. I mean, I just did 100. You know,
you're not gonna win.
Take us out of basketball. Who you got? I mean, back before they allowed us to get in the game of basketball, you know, there was nobody. It was an all-white game. They wanted to keep us out of it because they knew we were good. And then when we got into basketball, the first thing they told us is don't dunk.
Yeah, they changed the rules based on the ability, which they continue to do. That's when you know every rule that's been changed in basketball, I could be wrong, it's been because somebody black did something new. And they was like, wait a second. Hold up. I know Iverson changed the game. I know Shaq changed the game. I know Jordan changed the game. I know they did things. I know when Iverson came out with that thing that looked like he carrying, and it was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
What was that thing? Especially when he did it on Jordan.
What was that
2 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that? And now that's just like part of the game.
That's the game.
You know what I'm saying? Iverson made it cool for tattoos and braids. Like to be yourself, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody in the league.
We just come with flavor, bro. We come with flavor and swag that they want to hijack. They want the rhythm, but they don't want the blues. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. So I teach my kids, man, we are the brightest, we're the strongest, we can do the most and still come out on top. We are the most intelligent and versatile people on this earth. We are the chosen ones. Look at your skin. Be proud of your skin. Do not look at a darker person or a lighter person and think that's any different because they embody everything you can do, they can do. And if you band us together, and that's why they keep us, man, separation is the key right now for them. Yes. And if they keep us separated, if they keep us at odds with each other, they win. Because they are aware of the potential we have. That's why they hate us so much. Yeah. They know what we embody. That's why they hate us so much.
The hate comes from ignorance, you know what I'm saying? The hate comes from
we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. And when we figure out that we are kings, and I do mean kings and fucking queens, like we are the embodiment of that, they already know that. They already know that. That's why I hate sagging. I hate when kids sag. Because sagging comes from the white man trying to break the young the black strong man. And what that means was you had some slaves back in the day. You had these visionaries back that said, fuck this, you ain't gonna treat me this way. I'm gonna let you know that I can and I will be the owner of myself. And what they did, they buck broke them. They buck broke them. Whoever don't know what buck breaking is, that means you need to Google that shit, buck break it. And how you know that person has been buck broken? They will make that motherfucker sag. They make that slave sag, have his pants sag off his ass. So everybody walking by, you ain't got to wonder.
I didn't know that.
Everybody walking by, you ain't got to wonder if he's already been buck broken. You can tell because his pants are sagging. They made them walk around. So these youngsters that walk around now with pants sagging, they don't know their history. And if they knew, like my kids use this term sus, and I think it's so funny. Like we used to say the word suspect.
Sus.
We used to say, you suspect, bud. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you kind of weird, there's something quirky going on. And we use that word suspect, but now they've taken the word suspect to mean it just sus. And if these kids knew that sagging was sus, the more you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of our history that we just don't know, that we still fuck around with and think it's cool, and it's not. And if they knew their history, if we were smarter, and again, this goes back to us keeping us dumb. We don't know our potential. We don't know where we came from. So as long as we're not smart enough to know what we came from, what we've been through, we'll go right back through it all over again.
That's true.
You know, so that works into their favor. Don't know your history. Okay, be stupid.
Well, I mean, not only does it work to their favor, but it's on purpose too. Like, they're not telling our history. They never have, they never will. We have to do our own research and be, very forward thinking and find out for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Then when you learn it, you got to tell your brother about it, you know what I'm saying?
So what I don't want this
We got 10 minutes left.
That's cool. What I don't want anybody to go away from this podcast is thinking that we don't like white people.
Oh, I think.
I know for sure. I mean,
they know that.
Yeah, I know they know.
But we don't. It's not.
But
Kivo.
It's not. I know.
You gotta explain that on my podcast, because if that's what you think this is about,
no,
just you tripping.
Check this. I'm not tripping. Check this out.
Not you. I'm talking about
people.
The watcher.
People take what they want from shit when they
Yep.
see it, and if you don't make it plain,
you're right,
and say this is this and that is that, then they'll take what they want from it. And this is not a race bash.
No matter how good you break it down, they still gonna take the part of it.
But I love all my white people. My very first friend was a white boy. Shout out to my man Neil Hockmeyer. What up, Neil Hockmeyer? I know you're so congratulations on your new baby girl, man. You got a new baby, man. What up, Neil?
I feel like you sound like a white guy right now.
Hey,
like, I got black friends.
I do have black and white friends. Like,
but of course, black people got white friends.
Yes. And people, and it's just love with me. Like, but I see when I see some shit, I'm gonna say some shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though I love everybody, if I see somebody in that race with a black, white, brown, well, fuck, if you're doing wrong, but say you're doing wrong. My brothers who sagging, you're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. That's
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this though. Like, I feel you on the sagging. It's got a negative connotation to it. Its origin is not positive at all.
Yeah.
However, like, it's not against the law, and you shouldn't be shot or judged behind it.
Right.
Because it's a style about that kids are doing, that they don't know that it went from the slave shit to the penitentiary shit now to a swag, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And black people have a unique way of turning shit into sugar. We've actually that's actually what makes us, that's how you know you're black. When they give you the slops, the first part of the pig, the leftover slop, and we create cuisines that are sold for expensive prices in restaurants today. That was considered the
lemonades and take lemons and make lemonade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we just need to make sure that we're turning lemons into lemonade based off education.
Yeah.
Knowing something. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely I feel you on that. I rock with you on that. But at the same time, they've taken it and made it a swag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the word nigga.
Like the word, get out of my head, nigga.
Great minds think alike, brother. Just like that. Like, this generation is like a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not. You know what I mean? So like,
you still got the old heads that hate it though.
Yeah, you definitely got the old heads that hate it,
Yeah.
And I get that because of what they went through and, and what they experienced, based on what we experienced, and like we still getting it. However, it's different.
We switch that shit on.
I mean?
That's called the flippy flop, the okie doke.
And that's what we do best.
Yeah. Take lemons and make lemonade. That's what we do best. So you're right, man. I mean, our culture is diverse. We come from hardship, but we've made that hardship positive. We've taken the negative and what they've given us, and we've taken it and we've flown with it. We broke the ceiling. Now we just gotta keep on going through it. You know what I mean? So.
And we gotta spend our dollars amongst each other.
Oh yeah, black-owned business.
What was the last thing you spent money in that black-owned business?
The last time I bought some, I just bought some food from Mr. and Mrs. G's the other day. Right off WW
You jumped on a black podcast too.
Yeah. So man, so check this out. I'm not from here, bro, but you know, when I got here, all they talked about at Fort Sam was I was looking for soul food. Where can I go for soul food? And Mr. and Mrs. G's been around for a long time. You know, I think Mr. G died. I think Mr. G's still around. But they've been around for a long time. When I went over there, the first time I went over there back in 2005 and had some of that food, man, I've been hooked. It's what, 2020 now, 15? I'm a 15-year patron.
There's more black
businesses.
There's Mr. K, Mr. OK's, Chapman's Chicken, the Jerk Shack. What else we got? Sip It. Wing It, Sip It.
We got some good ass wings too. Sip It, they owned by the same person. Wing It and Sip It owned by the same person.
I know both of those people. I know the owners, right? Yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to both of y'all, man. What's up? Hey, man, check out your black-owned business. Support your community. Support your community.
That dollar
support the ones who support you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, these monies at Walmart and freaking McDonald's and shit, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want you to know. You know?
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Mr. ALK's, you think Mr. Popeye, you think that Popeye chicken sandwich is the truth? Shout out.
Where is that at?
Right there on, I want to say it's right there on either Walters or New Brunswick. I think it's Walters.
It's right up down the street.
Like 35 Walters, I'm telling you, like, shout out to my boy Jock, man, listen. That chicken sandwich is life.
You made me want to do it.
Listen, let me shout out to my wife, though, because she's, you know, this is her birthday month, right? Mel said, hey, baby, not only are you not working this Saturday, this past weekend, he said, but we finna go on a black restaurant, extravaganza, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. We started the day out at 11 o'clock, we hit the Jerk Shack. Jerk Shack, we went to Mrs. Something, but they were closed for the holiday weekend. So we booked. She was like, okay, we're going to 3 restaurants, period. I was like, all right, so one was not open.
Yeah.
So she got right on fucking Google. No, she's actually in a black group. I'm sorry, she's actually in a black restaurant chat room or Facebook page, something. Yeah. So she's like, boom, all right, we're going to Mr. LK's. That's like right around the corner. Like, boom, we walk up in there, get some, we get the chicken sandwich. The plan is we're going to get one plate, and we're gonna share each one so we don't get full too fast. Cause I thought we was gonna stretch it out throughout the day. She's like, no, we're going from here to the next spot to the next spot. So I'm like, all right.
Mel is on it.
She, bro, on it. She been on it for like before. Anyway, so we leave Mr. AOK's, get the chicken sandwich, and then we shoot out to Seguin. No, not Seguin. Where is that at? Where are we at right now? Shirts,
yeah.
Is it Sip It in Shirts?
No, it's not. It's over in off Pat Booker. Where's that? Live
okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Live Oak. Okay, so yeah, we went to Sip It, got us like a half gallon or something, and that shit was righteous. So like every week on my podcast, I try to make sure I
support the black business
and not just support it like through action.
Yeah.
Like the food was great, customer service is great.
Food is always.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's not, because I can't say. I will say one thing about one of those places: the mac and cheese wasn't Awesome.
Man,
but
mac and cheese is
however, they wasn't bragging on that. They bragged on something else. We got that, and that thing was fucking awesome.
Mac and cheese.
But I will say when we went to, no, I won't tell you because then y'all gonna start trying to pick apart who is who, and I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Because you might like that shit. I did. But anyway,
hey, before we get on, hit me up on IG at DJ KBZ.
you make my job easy.
DJ KBZ, I'm on IG, I'm on Facebook, DJ Cool Breeze. Hit me up. I'm at Uptown. I'll be at Billy's on Wednesday.
Quinn said he on his way.
No, he ain't. I'm at Billy's on Wednesdays. I'm at Uptown on the weekend. We'll back up in the world, man. So hit me back up, man. DJ KBZ on IG and DJ Cool Breeze on Facebook. Quinn, you better not bring no hands on him.
I hope you got all that, y'all. If you don't, just rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
I'm actually recording this on YouTube, so I have a link up on my page so y'all can like check it out later or whatever. But yeah, you need a DJ. Shout out to my guy right here.
Got you.
He got you. I'm actually gonna be messing with you more now that I'm gonna be doing, going forward. Because my little personal DJ was this little brother named Brazzy. I don't know if you ever heard him, but anyway, Brazzy, he's a young guy. He probably grew up in the 2000s, but seems like he was raised by his grandma or something.
That's how it happens.
He plays stuff that I figured he should know nothing about. But my man is shout out to him. He's and his daughter. He's going out. He's moving on to Germany. I think he's going overseas, some shit like that. So going forward, I will be spending my black dollars with my man right here.
Appreciate you, man. DJ KBZ on IG.
That's right. That's right. This is the Detailed Dinner podcast where we speak truth to power. I had a really great interview with you today, dog. I appreciate you reaching out to me because you did something that like nobody does. Like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brothers and people out there that like feel like they have something to say, but like I don't know, pride. Well, I don't know what it is. They just want to reach out, but you literally reached out to me, and not to be like, nigga, you hit me up. As soon as you hit me up, I hit you back like, what's up? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So like, cause I'm looking for it. And if anybody else out there that's listening to this podcast, you like what we're talking about, you like the energy and what we're about, first of all, share, like, subscribe. But like, holla at me, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're doing something dope, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, he is a coach in the community. He's got he's in the medical community, so he's one of the most relevant people working right now. You know what I'm saying? And so, and he's still looking out for the black youth.
Yeah, man.
And he's still he has his job, his career, and he has his passion. So he's doing music. He's just being a creative individual, and he's got a beautiful family dynamic. And his shit is built on a foundation of truth and real shit. And I feel like it's important that we shine a light on the regular brother that's really not regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro, you're educated. You know what I'm saying? You went to school. You got a degree in some shit. You're doing.
You got a degree in basket weekend, dude. You went to school. You got a degree in some shit.
That was a sacrifice. But I've seen the last house you was in. It was freaking beautiful. I'm in a new home that you're in now. There's a pillar behind me, Kinfo.
This nigga's stupid.
That's
why we can't invite folks to our house because y'all be acting silly.
Nah, there's a pillar behind me. I was like, yeah, that's the best backdrop ever, dog. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. But no, man, I appreciate you. You're a real one. I know we don't get to chop it up like all the time.
We gotta change that.
But when you're real, though, this is the thing about when you're real, though. When it's real, whenever you do get together, it's like yesterday.
Yeah, like nothing happened.
We don't have to pretend. We don't have to like.
I can say that too.
How you feel?
But that's real though. Like you cannot see somebody for a couple years and it's kind of like, I ain't seen you with a good 2.
Yes.
2.5. And we both live here, but it's just been lives happen. But when I saw you this morning, it's like it wasn't a beat drop. It wasn't any kind of intermission. It wasn't like
no. It was like when I passed out of your shit last week, that one weekend, and we're not gonna tell that story.
You just told
Time.
You just told it.
Shit in my shit.
No, you
anyway. I was in your bathroom trying to concentrate on not dying. Anyway, it's like that was last weekend.
You stupid, yo.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, Ty. Because I wasn't the only victim, but I'm not gonna get into
Well,
that.
nobody no victim. See, everybody got
It was two victims. It was two victims in this situation, bro. And I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna let him be here next time to speak on that shit.
Oh man, shout out to you, Detail, man. Thanks for coming through, bro. I appreciate the honor you put me on, man. Just put me on the show. Just listen to what I gotta say. Everything's my opinion, but the fact you just listen to me is a real 100 dog. So I just appreciate that. Just the love. Again, man. It's
Black thoughts matter.
It's like nothing. It's like no time transpired between from when the last time I saw you to now. So it's a fluid as black man love relationship, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to have more black man love. You know, like love each other, black men. Like you
That's
gotta
why
be
I'm
against
here.
each other. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I'm here. I need to show up. And this is what it looks like.
This is the wrong way.
This is what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's like, the stereotypes about black people are some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes we perpetuate those very same things. However, they're much more educated brothers than they say. There's a lot more educated sisters than they say. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of brothers that aren't, that are taking care of their kid. Even though they might not be with their mama, they still taking care of their seeds. You know what I'm saying? And so like all those stories and all that real shit, that's what this podcast is built on. Because we are going to tell our own stories, period. And we're not waiting no more. Yeah. We're not negotiating no more. It is what it is. You pick a side, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the difference between a moment and a movement is sacrificing. Right now, it's time for sacrifice.
Push that.
Fuck what you talking about. What are you being about? Everybody can do something. Everybody can do something, no matter who you are and how you get down, no matter what your demographic of sexuality, what doesn't matter. Because, all lives matter, but right now, the part of life that's broken is the black one. So we focus on that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been broken for 400 years. So, right now, we're going to consider it matters. Sorry if it's an inconvenience to your motherfucking agenda or privilege. My bad. But we taking a fucking time out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm creating an organization called Detail, which stands for Dope Entrepreneur Taking Action, Impacting Lives. So if you down with that, come fuck with me. It's coming together. It's the Detail City podcast, coming live from somewhere in San Antonio. You know what I mean? Messing with some real people, some real guys that's doing actually real things in the community, impacting not like the lives of our children, the future. And if you about that, tune in, like, share, subscribe. I got a clothing line that's coming out called Woke Wear, and it's gonna be talking about what's real. So tap in. We love you. It's Monday, Melinated Mondays. It's been cool. This is actually my first official Melinated Monday podcast.
What?
So
I get the shit.
So thank you.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the making. So when you said that, I was like, cool, perfect.
So what we need
said
to
Monday,
do,
I was like, all right.
So what we need to do is just go ahead and make Melinated Monday with guest host DJ Cool Breeze.
Let's do it. I actually like how when I was like had it on live for a second when the other joint was going, and your music was just like playing while we was getting ready. So that was kind of thing. That was kind of tight.
Like it could be. I got mix on top of mix on top of mix on top of mix. I can play some shit and have it in the background. We can make this shit pop.
I actually got my brother. Shout out to my brother Aaron, but it goes by G Child, and he's like phenomenal producer, bro.
Yeah.
He makes beats and the retarded. He's been doing this since 17, so I actually have access to that you can fuck with.
Yes, I'm all about local talent. And
all about it. Shout out to Cheddar. I'm gonna have Cheddar on there. Y'all know Cheddar?
Hey.
Bring Cheddar. Tell Cheddar, let's go. He's
Bring
one of
me
my
everything.
favorite rappers.
If you local and you want your shit to be heard, I will play your shit everywhere. You ain't gotta give me no money. All you gotta do is subscribe to me, follow me on Facebook, follow me on IG. I don't need nothing. I see you trying to get it, I'm gonna help you get it. That's called paying it forward. We all with each other. So
let me give a real quick shout out to all our listeners real quick because what did I say? We got like 1 minute left. All right, so shout out to Chad Cook. What up, baby? Quinn, what up, baby? Quinn said, I'm down. He said, why your trunk open? Damn, what my trunk is? Whose trunk is open?
What?
All right.
This nigga stop.
Quinn. He said, Quinn, tell me about the hump when I pass this cash. Out to Quinn, man. Quinn said he needs more knowledge as soon as more prayer.
Shout out to Quinn, man. Shout out to Quinn.
I have no idea
bro.
what that means on top DJ. Okay. All right, let me see. We got Dietrich. Shout out to Dietrich. OG Barber, been in the game forever. He paved the way for a lot of San Antonio barbers. We got Quentin again. Quentin on this joint. I'm going to get Quentin a t-shirt. We got Brian, one of my fellow barbers. You know what I'm saying? What up, Brian? Howard. We got Howard on this joint, one of my fellow guests. He's got an open seat. Stephanie, what up, Steph? We got Stephanie. We go way back. We got Mike, another OG barber. Didi Cooper. We got Rodney, an OG barber. You know what I'm saying? Got my chair coming together. We got Colette. We got Colette Scott. Shout out to Colette. That's my dog right there. Ryan O'Chasey. That's my dog. He donated when I was doing my back to school joint, and he didn't donate a little bit. He donated a nice chunk, and I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say that. Shout out to Caleb Willis. That's my little nephew. What up, nephew? And Sydney, of course. That's my guy. Keisha, Miranda. Who else we got there? Erica, Christian, Chris Gilly, Becky too. Shout out to Becky. She's an awesome white woman that works with a lot of black children. And
what's
she
up,
got an article, man. Becky is that.
Yeah.
With a name like Becky, you gotta have an article, man.
Hey, man, it's about the love. She's showing us. What's up?
Yeah, shout out to Elle Bergen. That's my dog. Shout out to Cheryl. We go way back. That's like when the military. James, what up, D? Lance William. Hey, Lance William. He's a legend in this joint. He taught me one thing. He said, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. And we gonna sign out with that.
I don't like that.
Oh, that's my dog. That's fucking what's good. Come catch your fame.
Yeah,
and we out, baby. Yeah. Crazy. That was freaking awesome, bro.